like about Gandhi and his wife with the medication thing that you brought up. And so I'm watching it and you almost seem like a professor giving like a great lecture. Did you ever think about doing stuff like at colleges or going around and giving lectures, you know, even talking about the book or something like that?
I do think about that, but like what I've tried to do with this book, what I've written, Revolution, and what I tried to do with Messiah Complex is to make information like that, what's normally considered esoteric, that just means for a few people, hard to get information on a high shelf, accessible to ordinary people. Because like if you go to a normal school and you're from an ordinary background, people don't give you that kind of information. People like when you like, I don't know what it's like in this country, but if you're a white person in England, when you first hear about Malcolm X, it's like they go, oh, he was like a bad, rabble-rousing, troublemaking, dark individual. And then you actually read stuff and think, hold on a minute, this guy was amazing. Why no one telling you that story? Because that story is inspiring. That story brings people together. That story makes you realise that things can change, that things need to change, that it's necessary to change. So it's not like I want to go to universities and colleges where people already have a lot of access to information, although I would do that as well. It's like I want that information to be accessible to people in the same way that I suppose that Public Enemy and NWA initially made information accessible through music. I think that information should be accessible for all of us.
I love how you reference Public Enemy and NWA. Tyler,
well, I know what I'm assuming from the people in the studio that this is the kind of reference points that will make me seem nice.
No, you could have said Dylan. All right, we got
Bob Dylan, the poetry of Shakespeare, Walt Whitman,
Bob Marley. Tyler from Boston. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Sway. Good morning, Tracy and Russell. How are you guys?
Doing okay.
Well, thank you.
What would you like to say to Russ?
First off, I love the topic right now. First off, I wanted to say if a man has nothing to die for, he is living for nothing. That's my opinion on that.
Okay.
And Russell, here's something for you. As a survivor myself of the heroin epidemic, there's a lot of talk of Ebola, different viruses on the news and media going around right now. But there's another epidemic that's very real to me, and almost took my life. You know, I'm clean and sober today.
Well done.
Through a program of action and
Well
basically helping others in prayer and meditation. And I just wanted your thoughts on that and about, I mean, I've literally personally had at least 10 people that I know, 10 close friends this year die from heroin, be it related deaths. And I wanted to know your thoughts on that. And
yeah, I'll give you a mate. My thoughts are I'm in recovery from crack and heroin addiction and alcoholism myself. It remains an integral part of my life, and like you, I stay clean by keeping company with other addicts, helping other addicts, getting help from other addicts, and my belief in a higher power. And the principles that have got me clean from my addiction to drugs, I think, can be useful in other areas. And I think you're referring to a degree to the fear mongering that's around the Ebola virus. Sounds like a terrifying thing, and but for me, that sounds like an epidemic that should be dealt with wherever it is in the world. It's as important in Africa as it is in America or indeed England. And if the money's available to bail people out of financial crisis, why is the money not available to bail people out of health crises? But the addiction disease is here. It's among all of us. Everyone